supervise 3 projects. The first project is a tutorial for the 2-process sleep model with the 2 students, and the animation of the cyanobacteria circadian clock with another 2 students. And the last group that I supervise is the expert interview with another 2 students. For the 2-process sleep model is very interesting because it's Jared Kim, one of the students, very interested in public speaking. So he would like to be narrator on a screen. So student and I had to come up with the graphic and the picture and the content, as well as the script that Jared had to read from the teleprompter and then explain it on the green screen. Eventually we're editing those content and then we'll post it on YouTube very soon.
Take it again. Wow, so much effort.
We are like go all out. So we have a little issue because the shirt, do you have your shirt? The shirt is actually, our logo is green on white. So here's a example. So we have some issues, so we cannot do that on the green screen because it's gonna see through him. So we have to cover that up with the little white tape on the fly.
Hello everyone, my name is Jared Kim. I'm a human biology major undergraduate at UC San Diego.
A star is born.
Honestly, the project looks a lot better than I thought it was going to look initially, at least. Going through the first steps, you're not really sure where you're going to go with it, and then as you kind of get closer towards the end, it takes form until finally you have the final project, which actually looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty proud of it. So know that a classroom of 300 will see this in a couple quarters' time. That's pretty exciting.
The second project is animation for cyanobacteria circadian clock. It's been less resource for the circadian clock in cyanobacteria, one of the only model for prokaryotic circadian clock. And since Dr. Golden is one of the world experts in this topic, and I find this opportunity to be very good to do animation. So Kwon would come up with the content and the script, and Tao, without knowing any the circadian clock concept, but we went through literature review and looked through different models that we can portray easily to the student. And Tao drew all those animation as a storyboard.
My name is Paul.
I'm Tao.
Finding a way to illustrate the cyanobacteria circadian system. Some of the different drawings that we have. We went through it. Me and Pal decided to come up with a script and decided what drawing we want to make.
Nearing the last step, we fade out everything else and put in front the first structure that we had, just to emphasize that it is a cycle and it comes back to where we started from.
After that, we got the script. Tao just went recording her audio in the green screen room, the soundproof room, and then we hired a professional animator at the ETS to do the animation from our storyboard.
By dawn, Chi-C has returned to its unphosphorylated form, and the C1 and C2 rings return to the unstacked configuration with exposed A-loops. And the cycle starts all over again for the next day.
I couldn't help but be especially proud that one of the projects this year was an animation of the cyanobacterial circadian clock mechanism. This project, the animation that was created is really just stunning. It's very professional, it's fantastic. 2 scientists that my lab works with in structural biology who were willing to go through the storyboard and make sure that it was accurate so that we have a cartoon animation that is anatomically correct. It really shows what's happening at the molecular level. It's by far the best information out there on how this clock mechanism works.
So we made a tutorial video about explaining the difference of GFP, fluorescent protein like GFP and luciferase bioluminescence. That's because we found students misunderstanding or confused about two reporters, because both glow in the dark and then both report the gene expression. So I hope the video helped students.
With the active luciferase component, which can then catalyze the reaction with oxygen and the substrate luciferin to produce light. The resulting light intensity is measured by detection instruments to show how much of a protein is being translated at one time.
So in the video, we filmed how to make, how to image the bioluminescence from the SCN slice, which is master circadian clock in the brain. The reason we make that video is that many students would like to see what's going on in the lab. So students wrote the script, and then I checked if it works. And then other professors, Susan and Michael Coleman, checked the script. And then the crews from the ACMS came. Then I read the script and then took the video in the lab.
Okay, camera's rolling.
Okay. Hello, my name is Takako, and I'm a researcher and an instructor of the BioClock Studio at UC San Diego.
So
That was fantastic.
That was good.
Okay, we also made a video about the luciferase imaging and luciferase recording about using cyanobacteria. So we made it to compare this very similar system. It is driving circadian rhythms, both in mammals and in bacteria. That those are very different organisms. Both of them has circadian clock genes, and then both of them can be tracked. Similar method using luciferase, and then it's give us similar output. Beautiful waves.
Recording in the lab, that's also been pretty nice. I think because they involve working around people, other people, and I enjoy teamwork. And I enjoy like watching what's going around and commenting on it and receiving feedback, discussing what should we do next or what would be a better way of doing whatever we are doing.
Okay, we made a photoreceptor tutorial video because circadian rhythm's light perception is very special. And then for the class, we only had a very difficult review article meant for scientists to read. We decided to make the tutorial video easy to understand for students. So the process of making the photoreceptor tutorial was started from actually studying the very difficult review article with full of technical jargon. So Peishi and Jerry had a hard time, but they read it very well.
I have really bad eyes. I have astigmatism, and it's kind of a strange reason, but I really wanted to get into this because I wanted to learn more about the eye. We're actually learning about this stuff even without a base in biology knowledge. So I'm pretty confident that even though we haven't taken a class, we can definitely teach other undergraduate students this stuff.
In mammals, the retina is located at the back of their eyes, where the light entered from the cornea is projected to. The retina processes light entering the eye and transmits the signal to the inner brain to produce graphic information of the environment.
One of the projects was building a website of BioClock Studio. Of course, it is important to show our product to people in all of the world. We give that assignment to students.
Hello, we're the website team. I'm Dahlia. I'm
I'm Carrie,
Stefan.
and we're here to present our website.
The difficult part of the making website was design of the website, how to organize the content, and then make it easy to access.
So this is our current homepage right now. It took a while to decide on how we're supposed to put it together. That's why we sent out a survey asking you guys what you would want first.
You can hover over and these three will drop down. So it's videos, encyclopedia, and then other resources.
BioClock Studio website is within the CCB, Center for Circadian Biology website, because our class is closely associated with CCB, and all those faculties in CCB serve us as a consultant. Our product, video tutorials, are really appreciated by those professors to use in their class. We thought it is good to organize technical words in other encyclopedia, so we started the Chronopedia project. Students wrote a definition of technical terms, make an index for many words. We are going to upload it in our website, but it's still in progress. There is some similar project as Chronopedia, but I think our project is more detailed and student-oriented and easy to understand, so I think it's gonna be a good encyclopedia.